I remember in my life the moment that I feel this be alone more deep and more sad was in the city, not here. Silence, the darkness, big sky, the stars, the trees, the wild animals are more important than the material things that we can buy.
Sometimes we think that happiness is a complex thing, that we need a lot of different things to satisfy our needs. And today, in the world of technologies, we think that this is the only and right way to live. But sometimes you don't even think that another way is possible until you see it. So we want to show it to you. But first, let's get back to where we have left. In the middle of April, we left our second host and headed north, all the way up to Valencia. As usually, when we finish our workaway at one host, then we just have a break and spend some days in the city. Some kind of futuristic architecture. Wow! We just love to have this contrast of being in a total silence in the countryside and then going to the city and enjoying all the entertainment, exploring the surroundings, interesting views and people. We found Valencia as a quite modern European city, with a huge park going all across the center. So we visited it even more than once and loved to spend some time there. I know that for locals it's maybe just a matter of habit, but for us it's a real headache, these siesta hours. So when we need to find somewhere where to eat, usually everything's closed, and it's closed everywhere in different times. So good luck for us to find where to eat. A bit of junk food before eating healthy. Yup. And now we are in the second place of our stay here in Valencia, and it's a small, cozy apartment, but it's so nice. I love being in apartments more than in hotels, because you can cook your own food, and we prefer cooking ourselves, so we don't have to eat bread and sweets all the time. Wow, it's so cozy. Look at the wonderful bedroom. And the other thing, of course, is that we could just enjoy the company of each other and no one else. It's like recharging your batteries of being in your own energy, of cooking what you want whenever you want, going to sleep whenever you want. Already smells so good. Doing all the business with computer and internet that was not possible to do in the countryside. We got bored staying all the day in the hotel, so we just took the umbrellas and said, whatever the rain, let's go and grab a coffee somewhere. Nu ką, rytoj važiuosim į kaimą, tai šiandien dar linksminamės kaip sugebam. To žiūrėsim filmo. And then it was time for our third adventure to begin. It's such a high altitude here, so I feel so sleepy now. I would like to go and watch around, to listen to the hosts talking and everything, but I just want to sleep. Here is a traditional handmade little house, which according to the host story was used traditionally for keeping animals or tools or anything, so it's like a traditional Spanish kind of thing. And he also was a part of building this little house here. He helped to do it by his own hands.
Because you need to turn this stone, you need to move all the other stones.
Here is the house. And wait for the view. Dum 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 dum. Can you believe it? Like it's just here by the house. Oh my god, it gets better and better to each host. Oh. We came to a remote mountain village. And there we were immediately met by two surprises. One was the extremely magnificent nature with a breathtaking landscape just right by your doorstep. And the second thing was the fact that we didn't really know what off-grid meant. And it meant barely no electrical appliances, no internet, no heating, no shower or bathroom, just a natural, simple, raw living. And as an addition to that, it was very cold. How should I turn the pages now? What do I have here? It's a heated salt inside. It's for keeping warmth inside bed, at least a little bit. So first layer, now second layer, and third layer. We are a little bit shocked because we didn't expect such a rustic accommodation. It's not bad, but in the travels, only now I found out that I'm quite sensitive to cold. And if you're just going for a walk, like for a few hours and come back to a warm place, and it's no problem. But if the temperature is the same outside and inside, then the problem starts. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes here. But the nature it's far the best we've seen in all three hosts. So we're giving it a chance, and the host is really nice. So let's see what will happen. I'm very interested. As I am always open to life, and trust that it brings me all the experiences that I need, and also because we felt the connection with the host even before meeting each other. So we decided to give it a chance. And I'm so glad that we decided it, because now I can see that this was one of the best memories from all our travels. Luckily, the next days, weather got better and better little by little. First, we had the whole weekend to explore and get to know all the surroundings, the host, and discuss the working routine. Manel, our host, invited his lovely friends, and we all went for a hike to a very beautiful river. A lot of rosemary growing up here. Beautiful smell. We were immediately mesmerized of all the nature and quietness, because the place where he lives is like in the middle of nowhere. And I love this feeling that you can enjoy the nature in total aloneness. No one is going to see you, and then you can connect to the nature and yourself at the deepest level. Our working days came gently and unnoticeably, because we had the most relaxing day schedule. We calmly wake up, have delicious breakfast outside in the nature, do our yoga and meditation routine, and then go and happily do some tasks for about 4 or 5 hours. Then we used to come back for lunch. That sometimes Manel made lunch for us, sometimes we made it together or we made it for him. And then spend the afternoon in the most amazing ways that we could think. Time just flies here. We can't believe, after 5 days we couldn't still find time to see the other premises of the owner, the host, and we still didn't have time to play his instruments and everything. And it seems like, what are we doing here? We're not doing much. We just wake up, we very slowly do our routines, we have breakfast, then we work for a few hours, we have lunch, and it's like the time just flies here. It's like stopping at the eternity. It was a magical place and time, with every day greeting us with different views, different emotions. The same mountains always look different. We could observe them floating in the clouds. It was so interesting to be at the same level and height as the clouds, and sometimes experiencing them coming straight to us. Dreams and possibilities, habits and rhythms, city and nature, work and all the system. You can start questioning all these topics, suddenly finding yourself in this most quiet place. And our talks together were so interesting and so inspiring that it led me to this idea of, for the first time, filming the host and taking the interview out from him. So let's go straight into it. Sit back, relax, and let yourself be inspired. So we can just start from the main and basic information, like how did you come here? How did you decide to come here and how everything happened?
I knew a famous mountain near here, Peñagolosa, with 20 years, and I fall in love of this mountain, and I start to come here often, many times during the year, and 3 years later I decide that don't have sense visit the mountain and live in the city. It's better live in the mountain and visit the city. And I start to think to buy a house in the mountains. So I think that living here and living in this way is possible. Enjoy the nature every day, to be happy with the simple life and be the owner of my time, the owner of my life. Maybe we grow with the idea that it's important to have money to buy the important things, but sometimes to have we need to work too much to have the money that we need to buy things, and finally we don't have the time that we need to enjoy. Not only enjoy the things that we can buy, also enjoy with the friends, with the family, with the cat, with the books, with a lot of pleasures that are free, but if we don't have time to enjoy, it's not possible. I need people, I need friends, family, lovers and partners and relations. This is very important. Maybe in the past I was thinking during a time that it's possible to be happy alone. It's possible to be happy alone a little bit for a time, but I think that the relations are very important. For me also the nature, the open space, the fresh air, and to be in contact with the time, how the time is passing slowly. Have time to lose the time, to don't do nothing, also is important for me. Only to see the beautiful around you and stop and say thank you for all around. For me also is important my relation with the music, play music, also share the music and share the gong also is now is very important. And maybe not too much more, because if I have company, I have music, I have nature, some food, a bed, and I don't know, any books to read. Yes, I feel alone sometimes, and in my opinion this is not a question about where you are, because I remember in my life the moment that I feel this to be alone more deep and more sad was in the city, not here, because here you can stay alone because there are no humans, but there are a lot of life. So for me, go to hike and find birds and the goats and the trees or the insects, all these animals remember you that the life is all around all the time. But for me it was more sad, stay in the city, try to contact with my friends, and was impossible because nobody have time to share. And here to be alone sometimes give me the space to listen inner voice, or to listen the nature, or to listen something outside of me that need this silence or this calm or this long time without distractions, because this message is soft and deep, and if you don't create this emptiness, darkness and slow rhythm of life, I think it's more difficult to listen this message. So maybe to be physically alone sometimes is a price to listen or to receive some message. I try to keep the balance, but I am not always in balance, obviously, because in my opinion the balance is not static, it's all dynamic. So sometimes to find the balance I need check the limits, and I try to use my body a little bit, I try to use my mind a little bit, I try to don't lose the contact with the humans if it's not possible directly by phone or writing or by another way. To walk, I feel that to walk gives me a lot of balance, so I try to go to work every day. It's like my religion, my medicine. And the rhythm, for me, the rhythm, the balance between to do or not to do. Maybe I am more in the side of don't to do too much, because I think I don't need finish nothing in this life. I think that I win the paradise, and I need to enjoy the paradise.
Yeah, like you said at one time that your duty for the world is to be happy.
See, because it's not possible to share something that we don't have. So if I want a better world, or if I want give something nice to the others, I need grow inside me these feelings. And sometimes it's a paradoxal, because maybe think about my happiness can be seems like egoistic action, but don't think about my happiness, don't improve my relations or nothing around me. I don't wanna add my depression or sad or anxiety to the world, because we have enough of this. So obviously work about my happiness, it's good for me, but it's not only good for me, because to be the best version of myself is the best that I can offer to the world. Not only sharing time, also creating beautiness or beauty around me, or maybe we can find our path for now, but maybe the path can change, and maybe the path is changed all the time of path, and maybe I think we are so different that maybe the path of each one can be very different, and maybe I am here for 15 years and I feel that this is my place in the world for now, but I can't be sure that it's for forever, and maybe in the next years I can change, because I don't want to be the same all my life. But the most important, in my opinion, is only now feel that I am living the best option and trust in the future as much as possible. Obviously, it's not always easy, but I try to remember every day that my life is only a small part of something bigger or infinite, and I only need trust that the path is always showing me the direction every day, that I can know the future. I can write the story before. At this moment,
Yes,
a perfect day is wake up not too much early, dream a little bit in the morning before stand up from the bed, go to the bathroom, make some yoga, play the gong, and take the breakfast slowly, very slowly. And after this, maybe read a little bit, or to do something with the hands, create something, not too much hours, maybe 4 hours, 3 to 5, depends the weather and the day. And eat another time, the lunch or dinner, depends the time, and work. For me, it's very nice, finish the day working. Come back at home, make fire if it's time of fire, maybe play more music, read something, have a conversation if I have company at this moment, could be a perfect day. See, this house allows me don't need too much money because I have a solar panels. I don't need pay by the electricity. It's very simple system. I don't have appliance, and I have water from the rain, so I don't need pay for the water. And if the rain arrives, I have water, always water enough during all these years. And the house is very humble, and I only need firewood for warm the room and warm my body. The firewood here in the forest is very easy to reach. You only need to go and cut and take it. I cut also by the hands because I don't like use diesel machines or this kind of tools, so I try to use my body and my hands to satisfy all my needs. And also in this way I can be strong, or using my body I don't need to go to the gym, I don't need to spend money and time doing some not useful activities, and trying to have a low level of impact also in the nature here around. And I think the nature is more wisdom than me. I don't need change nothing outside. I only need enjoy and take and be be part of the nature, not change the nature to adapt the nature to me. Maybe add that for me personally, the silence, the darkness, the big sky, the stars, the trees, the wild animals are more important than the material things that we can buy. And finally, maybe for the modern society, I am a poor living in a poor house with a poor life. But for me, in my opinion, I am maybe one of the richest human in the world, because I have something that most of the people don't have and don't know how have time to spend, time to enjoy, time to lose, time for don't do nothing, time to sit and look the mountains. Maybe this is the most important.
Okay, so thank you very much.